One. And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Animation Edition. This is season 10, episode 6. I can't believe I say it every time, but I still can't believe I've done this for 10 seasons. And we have with us returning from previous seasons. He's no stranger to the show. He's been on a few times in the past. Film reviewer, film lover, animation lover, overall great guy. Mr. Paul Astell, how are you, sir?
I am fine, thank you. Nice to be back.
Thanks for coming back. I always enjoy having you on the show. And for people who are unfamiliar with you or haven't seen the other episodes, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Paul, and I'm an animation blogger. And you can find me at feelinganimatedblog.wordpress.com. I've been doing it for, I think it's about 7 years now. And yeah,
Nice.
I lean more into book reviews these days than film reviews, but yeah,
Yeah, there's just not enough time for everything, right?
tell me about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you on. And yeah, for anyone who's new to this is a 12-question multiple choice game show about anything even remotely related to the field of animation. As long as Paul keeps getting questions right, he goes higher up the ladder. Once he gets one wrong, that's the end of the game. And he leaves with last number of points for last safe haven. He has 3 lifelines to help him, 50-50, gets rid of 2 wrong answers. A phone a friend if he chooses. He can call someone for help or ask the expert. This season, our expert is Mr. Sean Nasudi, who's won the game show twice already. And actually, this is his second time being the expert. I've asked him all these questions previously, and Paul can see how he answers, decide if he wants to go with that or not. And if Paul gets a third 2,000 points, he gets a 4th lifeline, a double dip, which gives him 2 shots at answering a question. And Paul, because this is the 10th anniversary, and I started this in 2015, I'm asking all my contestants, just for fun, what would you say your favorite animated film is that has been released between the years 2015 to the present?
Was thinking about this before we started, and there's so many. It's hard to
Yeah, it's hard
choose.
to pick,
Um,
or just one of them.
Let me see. I'm just looking at my list here because I have the top 10. I think the
That's how
best
much of
of
an
the.
animation blogger he is. He has a top 10 list ready for this.
We love lists. We love making our lists. Um, I think your name is quite high up there. It might be that,
I
but
like my name too. Huh. Okay, no,
yeah.
that's a cheap joke, but no, that's a good one. Your name.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that. But I want to do a quick shout out to Once Upon a Studio as well. I know that's short, but that's
Okay,
so good. So yeah, that's up there as well.
no, those are good. Your name is it is one of my favorite animated films too. It's I think one of our mutual blogger friends, Rachel Wagner, she was the one who actually encouraged. She persuaded me to see the film, and if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have checked it out. But I'm glad I did. I liked it. I've seen both the Japanese and the English dub, and I like both of them.
Same here.
And once
Suzumi was good as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. That was the newest one, right?
Yeah, that was his
Yeah,
newest.
yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but hopefully soon. But Once Upon a Studio is also that's a good choice for if you had to pick a short because I mean, it everyone's in it. It's the best. It's one of the best ways they could have paid tribute to Disney. I still would have preferred a full-length film that
Yeah.
like they were planning, years ago to have Mickey Mouse in it and meeting all the past characters. But hey, I'll
Yeah.
take what I get. Paul, are you ready to play Millionaire?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, that's good enough. Let's share my screen. Can you see the Millionaire screen?
Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. Again, this is your ladder of points. Remember, the other ones are your benchmarks. Once you get to those, you can't lose them no matter what. And everybody, this is Sean Nasudi. Check out his blog at Rhode Island Movie Corner at rimoviecorner.blogspot.com. Paul has read this already, so we'll just continue from here and start the game. 500 points, Paul. The stop-motion animated 1964 Rankin Bass television special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, is commonly associated with which holiday? Is it Christmas, Memorial Day, President's Day, or Labor Day?
Uh, this one is interesting because I think I know it, but it's one of those things that I think was played a lot over in the States, but it doesn't get played much over here. So I'm not sure if I've ever seen it. I've obviously heard of it, but yeah. But no, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, thankfully, I do know that will be Christmas. That'll be final answer.
And nothing's final to say final answer, so take your time to say that, but I think your answer is correct. Good job. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. That in the UK or other places, is not as popular, which I mean would make sense. Heck, those other three holidays you guys probably don't even have either. President's Day and but definitely not President's Day.
No.
I think last time we did an episode, I made a comment saying how like your monarch has changed since the last episode to president, because I think it was right
Oh,
after Queen Elizabeth had died and King Charles took over. And now I could say, your prime minister has changed like a few times since the last
yeah.
time. It's hard to keep track of you guys' prime ministers. So
I know. What was it? Something like 4 or 5 in the last few years.
yeah,
We've been through
exactly.
nine.
So it's like I stopped keeping track after a while. It's like it's whatever. But yeah, so Rudolph the Red-Nosed, it's definitely a classic here in the US, especially amongst some Christmas specials and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I must see it sometime. I mean, we've got like Christmas traditions here, like the
yep.
snowman and things
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
I know
But
I know the snowman is more popular there in the UK, right? Yeah. I don't know how popular it is here in America, but I know. But I've definitely seen it, so. Anyway, Paul, you're one away from the thousand. The next one's 1,000 points. You can't, if you get it wrong, you'll leave with nothing. I don't think it's gonna happen, but just have to warn you. 1,000 points. Which American comedian voices Mater in the animated 2006 Pixar film Cars? Is it Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall, or Ron White?
uh, this one sticks with me because it's just such an interesting name. I don't really know much else about him, but I'm pretty sure that this is Larry the Cable Guy. Yep, I think I will go with Larry. Final answer.
Like good old Larry the Cable Guy. Final answer, is that correct? Your answer is correct. Good job. You have 1,000 points no matter what. Mr. Get Her Done himself. Yeah, Larry. I feel most people didn't know who Larry the Cable Guy was really until Cars came around. I mean, he's been on the comedy circuit, especially with that whole like Southerners comedy circuit. But Cars really shot him to fame, which it's interesting because I know he's acted in films too, like live action. Like he was in that Tooth
Yeah,
Fairy film, if I'm not mistaken, Tooth Fairy 2, I think it was.
uh,
So it's like,
he does look a lot like the character. I don't mean that in a bad way.
his voice definitely fits, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, congratulations, you have 1,000 points. You have all your lifelines. Let's keep going. 2,000. According to the song "Part of Your World," how many thingamabobs does Ariel have in the animated 1989 Disney canon film The Little Mermaid? Is it 20, 50, 100, or 500?
So on. Let's see. Uh, Gadgets and gizmos are plenty. Who's it? Some what's it's galore. You know what? Thingamabobs. I've got 20, I think. So we'll go with yeah, because it's not. Yeah, that's the only thing that fits the rhyme. It must be. Let's say 20. Final answer.
We could just stop playing this game and just listen to you sing all day. That'd be more fun. Your answer is correct. Good job. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. Yes, that's the lyric. And her thingamabobs look like they're like what do you call them? Like corkscrew removers or something like that.
Yeah.
Bottle for bottles. But it's interesting. Are you a Little Mermaid fan?
Yeah, more than I used to be. Yeah, it's I did a re-ranking of all the Disney films last year, and
Mhm.
it's risen like a lot. I don't know why I didn't rank it higher before. It is really good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
people
it.
are always very harsh on Ariel.
Yeah, I feel people are just harsh on the princesses in general, sadly.
Yeah,
And yeah, I did a new ranking of the Disney canon this year, and I don't like Little Mermaid as much as other people. I think two reasons. One, well, I think one of the main reasons is I didn't grow up with it, so I don't have nostalgia for it. So even though it came out this like around when I was growing up, it wasn't one that I was watching. So I don't think I've seen Little Mermaid more than 3 times in my life.
yeah,
So I think that's a main one of the main reasons why it's not higher. And I feel story wise, it's a little drier, but the songs make up for it.
yeah,
So
yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah,
mm,
so I didn't grow up with that one either. Actually, I think I was about
okay.
16 when I saw that. So yeah, same age as her. But yeah.
Nice. Paul, you're doing amazing. Still have all your lifelines. Let's keep going. 5,000 points. Which animated Toy Story film features the character Gabby Gabby? Is it Toy Story 2, Toy Story, Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3?
Uh, yeah, that will be the newest one, I think. That will be Toy Story 4, because she was one of those interesting Pixar, not quite villains. Um, yeah, I think that is Toy Story 4, final answer.
Toy Story 4, final answer. Is that correct? Your answer is correct. Yeah, she was a villain, but then like she's trying to take Woody's. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it, but I don't know why you're watching this if you worry about spoilers. But yeah, she tries to get Woody to give up his she wants to take Woody's voice box, and he's like no, and they fight and like he escapes, and then at the end he just gives it to her. So it was very confusing what the message of this is supposed to be to me.
Uh,
But
yeah, I don't mind it, but it's not as good as the first three.
so overall, I did like the film. Like it's definitely I like it more than Toy Story 2. I'm not a Toy Story 2 fan. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I feel yeah yeah. That's my one of my big hot takes. Toy Story 2 is my least favorite of the four. I feel it's I don't know. I feel it's very un not underwhelming, but like not a lot goes on in Toy Story 2 compared to like the other films. And one thing I didn't like about Toy Story, well, Toy Story 4 didn't have any reason to exist. But another thing I didn't like is the message I feel in Toy Story 4 completely goes away with the message in Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is like, okay, Andy may not play with me anymore, but I'm a toy. I'm supposed to be there for Andy. That's my purpose. Toy Story 4 is like, oh well, Bonnie's not playing with me. I'm gonna leave. So
Yeah,
like I don't know. It felt odd to me.
yeah, a bit contradictory.
Exactly. And now we're getting Toy Story 5, which I don't know what that's going to be, but like I
Ugh,
feel a character has to die. I feel that's the only other thing we could do. Woody dies or something, and
yeah, that
then
would be bold.
like everyone will cry, and then we'll end Toy Story franchise there. But Paul, you're doing amazing. It's three away from the next benchmark, 10,000. Which two animated Studio Ghibli films won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature? Is it Howl's Moving Castle and Ponyo, Spirited Away and The Boy and the Heron, From Up on Poppy Hill and The Wind Rises, or The Tale of the Princess Kaguya and When Marnie Was There?
This one, yeah, I know this. I love Spirit Judo Ghibli, so this is a good one. Um, I mean, I can see that there's like at least one in every answer that probably would have deserved it, but I think this one is B, Spirited Away, and most recently The Boy and the Heron, which is a nice cap on Miyazaki's career, assuming it is his last, which it probably isn't. But yeah. So yeah, I will go with B, final answer.
Knowing Miyazaki, you can never really be sure. Your answer is correct. Good job. I love Spirited Away. It's one of my favorite anime films of all time. But Boy and the Heron I haven't seen yet, but I have heard good
Uh,
things.
yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's very, very
Mm,
good. Yeah, I love Spirited Away as well. It's one of the best.
I think that's my favorite Studio Ghibli film, actually. Well, I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron yet, so I'm not sure. But as of now, it's Spirited Away. Paul, two away from the next benchmark. You have all your lifelines still. This is exciting. 20,000. Let's go. Which of the following is not one of the night entities that appear in the animated 2024 DreamWorks animation film Orion and the Dark, which is not one of the entities? Unexplained noises, insomnia, stillness, or quiet?
Uh, Hit the first big obstacle because I haven't seen this.
Okay, take your time.
I'm guessing this is their newest one because I haven't even heard of this actually. Uh, Not one of the night entities. I feel like I'm probably going to have to go with a lifeline. I
Okay.
just think, I wonder if I should maybe use the expert because I know he said he was good with DreamWorks, so he might know this one. Um, and again, 50-50. I guess it. It's a bit of a risk. No, I'll save the 50-50 because I know there's going to be a voice actor question that comes up somewhere and I'm not going to know that. So, um, yeah, I think for this, I think I will ask the expert because I'm not sure.
Okay, you used your first left hand of the game. I'm going to ask Sean. I asked Sean this question previously, and he said, "Sorry, haven't seen
No.
this." So he's
Oh
like you.
no.
You're both in the same boat here. Sorry. So you could use a 50-50 if you want, or take a guess.
Unexplained noises, insomnia, quiet. And just looking at them, I feel like C and D kind of they're sort of the same thing. So I feel like maybe one of them. Yeah, I feel like the top two probably are, and then night entities. So this is I wish I knew anything about the story. So are these villains? Are they the characters? I don't know.
You're just grasping at straws here right now.
Oh, should I take a risk? I feel like it might be C. I'm leaning towards C, but is that too big of a risk this early? I don't want to knock myself out. Uh, I don't want to use my 50-50 yet, so I think, yeah, why not? Why not? Let's go with C, stillness, final answer.
Wow, I think that's one of the biggest risks I've seen on this show in my past 10 years, 10 seasons. You have no idea, never seen this movie, never heard of it at all. But and Sean, sadly, he didn't see it either. But you're leading towards sea stillness just because it's similar to quiet, and I guess quiet makes more sense to you. If you get it right, you keep going. If you get it wrong, that's the end of the game.
Oh, God.
Paul, your answer is correct.
Uh,
Wow.
well,
You're good at this, Paul.
that was very
Something you
lucky.
have no idea about. You sure figured that one out. Excuse me. Yes, this is the latest DreamWorks film. Well, I guess this one of the two that came out this year, but this one came straight to Netflix. It didn't come to theaters. So it's about this boy named Orion who's scared of the dark, and then he meets Darkness himself, and Darkness is trying to explain to him like oh, he's not so scary after all, and he takes him on a journey to see what he does at night. And these are all the nighttime entities, and they all have different purposes. So one of them is unexplained noises, so that represents all the unexplained noises at night. One is insomnia, one is quiet. Yeah, stillness I made up. The other two are I forget off the top of my head, but they have names, but stillness is
Okay.
not one of them. So I recommend it. It's a good movie. There's just one aspect of it I don't like. I have issue with, but I won't spoil it for you. But besides that, overall, I think it's good.
Fair enough. Yeah, it does look interesting.
Yeah, it's one of the I haven't it's one of the better DreamWorks in a while. I mean, we've had Puss in Boots 2 and Orion and the Dark. I think it's like giving me hope that DreamWorks is getting better. But then we have Shrek 5 coming out in 2026, so I don't
Sequels,
know.
sequels, sequels.
Paul, I'm amazed, and you did amazing. You had to use a lifeline, sadly, but at least you saved the 50-50. So the next one is the 32,000. If you get it right, you will have that no matter what, and you'll gain the double dip. So let's see if we can get you there. 32,000. Boog and Elliot, the main characters in the animated 2006 Sony animation film Open Season, are what type of animals? Are they a coyote and a raccoon, an eagle and an owl, a rabbit and a squirrel, or a bear and a deer?
Let me see. I haven't seen this one either, but I think I know the poster. So that's all I have to go on. But I'm pretty sure I remember the animals on the poster, or one of them anyway. I'm certain, like 90% certain that there is a deer in it. And now that I'm thinking of the deer, I'm sure there's a bear as well. So I'm leaning towards D. I'm just let's give myself a second here, make sure.
Take your time, yeah, no rush.
Rabbit and squirrel. Yeah, because I feel like this came out very close to Over the Hedge, and they were very sort of similar vibes. Of course, that was a raccoon and a turtle, a tortoise, reptile, whatever.
Something with a
Um,
shell.
yeah. How was that film? I'll have to go back to see that one again. But open season, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the bear and the deer, so I'm going to go with D, final answer.
All right, you haven't seen this one, but you had a little bit more familiarity with it than the last one. Is it correct? If you get it right, you have 32,000 no matter what, and the double dip. Paul, your answer is correct.
Uh,
Good job. You have 32,000 no matter what, and you have the double dip. Yeah, it is a deer and a bear. Now that you mention it, I never really hit me the similarities between this and Over the Hedge coming out the same years. I guess they both have to do with forest animals, but they're very different movies. But yeah, this was Sony Animation's first film actually, so I think it's
uh,
kind of forgotten now. Even though it had like three or four like direct-to-video sequels, none of which I've seen, but this is the one started for Sony. We wouldn't have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse if it wasn't for this movie.
Gosh, quite a legacy.
What else? See, exactly. Paul, you congratulations. You got 32,000 no matter what you do. You're five away from the million. You still have three lifelines. Let's see how far we can get to you. 64,000. Who was the voice of the villainous Zira in the animated direct-to-video 1998 Disney Toon Studios film The Lion King 2 Simba's Pride? Is it Suzanne Pleshette, Angie Dickinson, Cloris Leachman, or B. Arthur?
This is one that I think I haven't seen this since it was new, so it's been quite a while. Um, so I can hear the voice. Where's your pretty daughter, Nala? I can hear her. Um, I think, I mean, like, offhand, I would say I'm like leaning towards maybe Cloris Leachman because I know how much animation she does, but then again, I something about Suzanne Pleshette sounds familiar. Uh, I wonder if it might be worth using a 50-50 just to be safe. And then if she's still there, I might go with her. Yeah, yeah, why not? Let's play it a bit safe. Let's go with a 50-50 for this one.
Okay, you have a life. That's what they're for. Let's do 50-50. Give her two wrong answers. Suzanne Fletcher to
Oh.
closely true. I swear that was random. I swear that was totally random.
Oh dear.
Oh, hey, congratulations. You're right. It was one of those two.
That's good.
You can use
Oh
another
dear.
lifeline if you
Let me
want,
think.
or take a guess.
Uh, I feel like if it was Cloris, I probably would know this for sure because I'm more familiar with her. Uh, and something does feel familiar about Suzanne Pleshette in this context. Maybe I've read this somewhere once and it's just stuck. Shall I just trust my gut? I think it's that one. Um, yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not? Let's go. Suzanne Pleshette, final answer. It's
Take a lot of gambles in this game, but they seem to be paying off. Will they continue to pay off? Paul,
exciting.
your answer is correct.
Ah,
Congratulations. Wow. You probably read that in one of your book reviews and it stuck. Lion
yeah,
King, Suzanne
maybe.
Pleshette. She's the voice of Zira in this film. I like Lion King too a lot. When I was younger, there was a time in my life when I actually liked it more than the first film. I've grown out of that stage, but I mean I still like it a lot.
I need
Yeah.
to see it again. It's been so long.
I think it's one of the better direct-to-video sequels. So I'm a big fan. Well, congratulations, you saved. You use one lifeline only, so you still have one expert and the double dip. So let's see if they can get you far to the million. 125,000. Let's go. What name does the Bebot Ron erroneously call his owner Barney in the animated 2021 Locksmith animation film Ron's Gone Wrong, especially during the beginning of the film? Absalom, Azrael, Abel, or Amram?
Oh no. Um, I have heard of this, but that's the most I can say. I can't picture it. I've definitely not seen it. Um, Locksmith animation. It's gone wrong. He got wrong. What does he call his owner? Barney. Yeah, I have nothing to go on here. um, the thing is, I don't know if the expert will know this either because it doesn't sound like it is really in his wheelhouse. It's not Disney or Pixar or anything. Uh,
Just to remind you, you have the double dip. So the way the double dip works, again, you'll declare you're using it, then you'll guess an answer. If it's wrong, you get to guess again. If it's still wrong, then that's the end of the game.
right. Um, I mean, I've been pretty lucky so far. Do I go with the double dip? See, again, I don't know anything about the story, so there's no clue to think what he might be calling him. Like, so his name's Barney, and he Cameron Abel Absalom. All I can think of is the Teen Titans and Azrath Metreon Zinzos. I'm leaning towards Azrael just because it's a fun name, but I don't think it's that. Um, Barney. Uh, Maybe if I go with the double dip, I'm using all my lifelines, but I don't think the expert's going to know this. So yeah, I'll declare double dip for this one.
Okay, you have to do the double dip. So what's your first guess?
Um, let's go with. I'm gonna go with Amram. Go with D as my first guess. I have no idea.
Final answer?
Yeah, so D, final answer for the first
Okay.
time anyway.
So double dip, you get two chances. Your first guess is Amram. Is that correct? Your answer is wrong. So
Uh,
it's not Amram, so you're not over yet. You have one more chance. If you get it wrong again, then that's the end of the game.
oh dear. Don't think it's Azrael. That just doesn't sound right. Perhaps Barney. What's the link? I don't get it. um, B dot Ron. Ron Epsilon. Oh, uh,
I just like
no,
to torture you people, don't I?
but I have no idea. So instead of just humming and hawing over it all night, let's go with C. Abel. Final answer again.
All right. Again, we had no idea. Went with Amram, wasn't right. Now go with Abel. Is this right? If it's right, you keep going. If you get it wrong, that's the end of the game. Paul, your answer is wrong.
Uh,
Unfortunately, you leave with 32,000. I'm so sorry. It's
um,
Absalom, actually.
oh,
Yeah, I forget what happens exactly, but I think when the Bee-Bot is trying to learn the name of his new owner, he somehow mishears it as Absalom, and then he just keeps calling him that. It's just like a funny segment in the film. I'm so sorry, Paul. Your luck ran out, but it lasted
oh.
up until then. So you leave with 32,000. But Ron's Gone Wrong is I like it a lot. I think it's a film more people should see. So I definitely recommend it. I think Locksmith Animation is in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure where exactly.
All right.
So
I've heard of them. I'll have to look that up.
yeah, you might be able to check
Oh
out.
dear.
Yeah, you might be able to drive to the headquarters. But Paul, I'm so sorry. You leave with 32,000. So again, I'll let you know if we have a round two and if you've made the top five, and I'll let you know if you'll come back. But until then, I had a fun time watching you play, and I mean, I don't know how you got some of those answers right, but hey, you did. But how can people find your stuff if they want to find you?
So I am on Feeling Animated blog, all one words.com. Just check that's definitely right. .wordpress.com, that is. Feelinganimatedblog.wordpress.com. And yeah, I post about once a month. It's mostly book reviews these days. So if you're a big reader, there'll be plenty for you on there. And Yeah, I've had fun. I was hoping for more Disney questions, but you never know what you're gonna get.
Hey, at least you had no PBS questions.
Yeah, true, true. No magic school bus.
Magic skill bus there. But anyway, it's been fun. And yeah, I'll let you know if you make the top five if you ever run to. For everyone else watching this, a six go. Maybe one of them can make it to the million. We will see and keep watching and stay tuned. Until then, take care. Bye.
Thanks for having me. Bye bye.